going to show you how to make this traveler's journal that I've used using the rest of the paper that I've got from Echo Park. And we're going to make the cover. We're going to make two different journals inside, and then we're also going to create the embellishments in here, okay? And also some embellishments. I've got tassels. I've got even tassels here for the outside, okay? All right, well then, if you're interested in making this with me, then grab your favorite drink and let's get crafting. Okay, everyone, so the supplies that you're going to be needing are 12 by 12 decorative pages. Now, I'm using the Transatlantic Travel from Echo Park. I've used this before, but I've only got like a few pieces left, and so this project would be great to use up those pieces, okay? But any 12 by 12 decorative paper you can use, preferably double-sided, but not necessary, okay? And then you'll need 4 of the 12 by 12 papers, because you need to decide which one is going to be the lining, the cover page itself, and then also the cover for the notebooks itself. Okay, so 4 of different ones. And then you'll need 8.5 by 11 papers. You can use copy paper if you like. You'll need 10 sheets for each notebook, so that'll be 20 sheets total. Now, I'll be using waste not paper, 8.5 by 11. They are just a little bit thicker than the copy paper, but they are going to work really great. This one here is called Paper Bag, and this one here is called Curry. And if I do still have this in my shop, I will go ahead and add that link down below, okay? You'll need some kind of stretchy twine, stretchy ribbon like this. And then you'll also need 4 eyelets. This size, oh, I'm going to have to pull that up. But this is the size eyelet right here. Oh, man, I'm going to have to get that, that amount, those dimensions for you. 4 clips, and then also some chipboard. You'll need to cut them. This would be 1 by 8 and 2 at 4.5 by 8, and this will be part of your cover. Now, I just used regular packaging, so that's what I'm using. If you feel that it is a little thin, you can go ahead and double up on the packaging, glue those together, and it'll be fine, okay? Okay, folks, so now what you need is your trimmer and the 12 by 12 that you want the cover to be, okay? So this is the one that I've decided. Actually, they're both great, but I really like this one. So what you're going to do is at the side, so take your 12 by 12, here's the top, turn it to the side, and go ahead and cut it at 9 inches. And then save this. And then you've got this one here. And you know what? Since we've got our trimmer out, let's go ahead and trim. If you do have the manufacturer's information here, the little strip, go ahead and remove that. And then also cut this guy here at 8 inches. Okay. And let's see what we'll do this. This would be scrap, but go ahead and set aside all of your scraps in one pile, because we'll be working with that also. Okay, so that is true. This is what I need to show you before I continue. So Echo Park does this to their papers. They've got on the, like a little strip over here, that's what it is on the other side. Okay, so for this one they've got this one over here. Don't throw these away, because these actually would make like good washi tape, okay? Later on, I'll trim them down. You know, I won't do it in front of you, but I'll trim them down and I save them for later use. They just have it on one side, not both sides, but I just think it's really great, okay? So I'll set those aside, and then I'll set these aside here, and you can put away your trimmer, and then you'll need your chipboard, okay? Whoops. Let me put that away. My cat has the tendency to play here at my desk, and then she moves everything around. Okay, so go ahead and get your chipboard, and again, the spine is 1 by 8, and then the left and the right side is 4.5 by 8, okay? And I decided to glue 2 of mine together to make it a little bit more sturdier, since this is going to be the outside cover. Okay, so set this here aside for now. Take the spine, and we're going to glue it in the middle, making sure we have enough room on the top and on the bottom, okay? And you can use any glue. I just like to use this one. Fabri-Tac is really great as well. It holds really well. And even there are some glue sticks, which is so easy to use, so much easier to use, that actually they do hold down. But we're going to be using, or excuse me, I'm going to be using the art glitter glue. Okay, so now let's glue this here. I hope everyone is doing well today. What travels do you like to go? Like, I'm kind of curious. In my life, I have not traveled that much, but when I do, I try to make the most of it. And when I was in my younger, like 20s, I used to buy a whole bunch of stuff, and then you keep doing that. Oh, by the way, leave 1/8 of an inch between the spine, okay? Because that'll give it enough room to bend and to move instead of being in the way. So 1/8 on each side, okay? So I used to buy a lot of stuff. I used to buy a lot of little decorations, little, mementos and all that stuff. And my mom used to do the same thing. And I guess that's where I get it from. But when my mom passed away, oh my God, going on 9 years in April now, I had to clean out her stuff. I pretty much kind of did the estate sale. And she had a lot of those stuff. And I'm like, whoa, that is just way too much stuff. And I was really overwhelmed with it. And so when the Traveler's Notebook, the Midori Traveler's Notebook came out, and with the idea of stop buying things and use receipts where have you been, and napkins, or you take pictures or draw them out. And so that's where I'm getting this idea for all of this, is from that Traveler's Notebook. Before I go on, go ahead and push the corners of the paper forward. And then sometimes people do it like this to make it easier. Oh, actually, that did help me. That did help me. But anyways, it's like it's more the memories. So I can't imagine anyone who had traveled before and then have all of these written memories of what they did, what they saw. And that's kind of good, like going back into time in a way, to see what other people did. And I mean, I think that'd be so cool. So instead of buying a whole bunch of stuff where it just becomes, I hate to say it, but added clutter, this is another good way to save your memento, and it's not going to be as expensive. And the great thing about this particular project is that it is not as pricey as it is to get a Traveler's Notebook. So, okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to train the paper, the fibers of this paper to fold down, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue here. And yeah, I've been, so any of my travels, that's what I pretty much use, is my Traveler's Notebook. And I have a few. I got into that rabbit hole. I fell down that rabbit hole real quick. So when you're done gluing all this down, we're going to put like a heavy book on top of it until the glue, it dries a little bit more. And especially this paper is a really good paper. It's pretty thick. So this should last you a long time. Now, some people, what they do is they'll go ahead and they'll take Mod Podge and then they'll glue it down with the Mod Podge. And after it dries, it's supposed to, I think it'd be waterproof, but Okay, so what I didn't do, and this is worth mentioning, is in the corner over here, and just with your nails, if you can like fold it down so that way it's not going to be sticking out, kind of like this one is right there. Do you see that? So what I should have done is before adding the glue is kind of bend it a little bit, okay, and then fold it down. Now this one, I think I'm going to have to add more glue to this one, but once I put the book down, it is going to hold it in place. And we'll let this dry for at least about a half hour before we continue working in it. But we are going to first glue everything down. Do any of you have a traveler's notebook? Have you used that concept or even heard of that concept? I was pretty much blown away. I think it started 10 or more than that years ago, and it has become very popular. It's actually from Japan, and it is just, here, let me show you. So this here is the Midori Traveler's Notebook, okay? And I have this in blue. And as you can see, I added the corner here and also this. And it's all it is just a flap of a leather, okay? And it's supposed to just have one of this. So when you buy any of this, whether you're getting in the standard size or the passport size, you will get one notebook, okay? And it's just plain. It's just plain. They either have like the dotted ones, the plain ones, and the lined ones, okay? So that was my whole idea, is to do this myself with the papers that I've had. And then the transatlantic I always thought was really pretty. It's not pretty, I'm sorry. I like that vintage look, so it could be masculine or feminine. Okay, so this one that we cut at 8 inches, we are going to place it in the middle, okay? And this is just going to add a reinforcement to the spine needed. Now you can use either side. You can use, if you do have double-sided, you can choose which side you want to do, and go ahead and glue that down. And then we're going to cut the lining after we're done with this. We're going to put the lining down, and then we'll put the book on top of that, or anything heavy on top of it so it could stay. Okay, there we go. And let's see, while the glue is still wet, it's good to bend it like this and train it, and get your bone folder, or if you have like a butter knife or something like that, fold it in like this. Okay, let's do this one, and we're gonna press that down to make sure it stays in place. Oops. Okay, let me add more glue here. I hope everyone is doing well. If you like these kind of projects, or if you do like this project, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. And if you want to see more projects like this, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit that bell button. It will notify you when I come out with the next project, when I upload the next project. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that. Now we're going to cut the lining. So let me set this aside. And get your trimmer out. So now we're going to work with our lining, and this one is the one I decided to use. This one here is called, it's the Take the Ride. That is the name of this paper, Take the Ride. Okay, so now with the lining, what you're going to do is at the side, you are going to cut it at oops, let me open this up. You will cut it at 7 3/4. Set this aside. That would be in the scrap pile. And then at the 12-inch top, you are going to cut it at 4 1/4 2 times. So 4 1/4, here's 1, and there is 2. Set this aside on your scrap pile, and we can be working with that. Okay, let me set my trimmer aside. So now that you have your lining, before you put glue this down, what I like to do is consider adding pockets and a secretarial pocket. Okay, so I've got this one here and I've got this one here. Now this actually would be good as a secretarial pocket, but we're going to cut this down just a little bit, and then you're going to see what I'm going to do. So well, first things first, we'll work on the secretary pocket, and then I'll show you what the regular pocket is. Okay, so instead of this side, I'm going to use this side instead, okay? And then I will measure or fold about, let's say, 1/2 inch in like this on one side, and I crease it just with the hands, and then about 1/2 inch as well on this side. There's no measuring needed for this, but you'll see why we're doing this to begin with. And then go ahead and miter the corners, and there, whoops, and there's that. Okay, then the secretary pocket basically is one that you just cut like this. So I could just cut straight with the scissors, no need. If you want to measure like 1 inch up here and then 2 inches up there, and then meet the points and cut, that's fine. I'm actually, you know what, I'm gonna get my trimmer because it's easier, and you're gonna see why. And I'm just gonna cut it at an angle like this. Okay, and call it good. Save that for, put that in your scrap pile. There we go. There's our secretary pocket. Now, the reason why I have you fold is that what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in the inside, or excuse me, the back side of the lining, because you can do it. You can add glue to this and add it to here. That's fine. It's just going to be more loose when you put paper. So this one here, it makes it a little bit more snug, but enough for you to put items in there. Whether you want to put the napkins, like I said, or the receipts, like anything like that, and this will not get in the way. So what I do, go ahead and I open the flaps up. As you saw, I put the edge of the lining against it first, and then I put glue down here, and then I will put glue on the inside flap. Okay, and then fold it up and make sure that that's dry. And that to me adds like a nice neat edge. Even, I mean, it's not a big deal on the inside, no one's really going to see it, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And I don't even add glue to the top or the side over here. If you want to do that, I suggest you don't, because you can add paper, like you can add your receipts, you can add paper, you know. And so here's a good way. Now, if this is way too open, then go ahead and get your bone folder or pencil, or, you know, a butter knife, and do that. Oh, you know what a good bone folder is? Actually, it's this one here. It's an, oh, this one has rust in it. Sorry about that, but that's a good bone folder right there. Okay, just saying. So with this, we're going to put it on this side here. Okay, so go ahead and glue it down, and you're going to make sure that you got pretty much 1/8 of an inch on all the top, bottom, and the side. Okay, on the left side. And then if you wanted the secretary pocket to be on the back side, you can also do that as well. Let me set this aside and let me glue this down. Some people like to do a double glue where they put a where they put the glue stick on all over the place, and then they just put the dry or the wet glue down. Whatever works for you. And if you do have a better idea, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to hear it. because I'm all about taking the easy route, okay? All right, well, we're gonna do that. Where's the folder? Here we go. Once I put the book down, it'll be great. Okay, so now the next thing that I want to do is work on this one here, but we're going to do a different kind of pocket. So I want to do the kind of pocket that goes inside like that. So again, let's see how, like if I do, yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. Actually, maybe I don't need to cut it. So hold on. I'm going to fold that in. Now, I could measure it, like, for example, measure this, the width of this, and add 1/2 inch to each side. But sometimes that doesn't even work for me. So this is why I do it this way. Not trying to make it hard, but this is just actually what's worked really well for me. So there it is. And then I can cut pretty much here. So let me get my trimmer again. Sorry to keep playing back and forth with my trimmer. Where did I put that little bend? Where did I put that bend? Oh, it was next to the H right there. So now what I can do is this. I will fold the bottom here like this, like so. I will miter the corners and let me know if you think, oh my God, this is just way too much work for me, or there's an easier way. I'd rather not do that at all, or I'd rather just glue it down. And the reason why I like to use this method is because sometimes when I cut it exactly as, like if I were to cut this piece the exact width, but then I put glue here, I kind of lose some space that way, okay? So before I glue this guy down, I'm going to actually bend this guy over. That'll work. And then I'll miter the corners. Oh, there goes my little washi tape idea for this one, but I guess I'll have enough scraps to do that washi tape idea. Okay, and this, let's see, do I need to cut a little bit more? So I'm not going to really see like you do with the cover, but it's still a good idea. Still a good practice. Okay, there we go. There it is. And so I'm going to glue the edges here. I cannot believe we're already in March. I mean, honestly, I feel like we just finished celebrating New Year's. I am just shocked. Oh, and I forgot to do one thing. If you want to, you can go ahead and cut a notch there to indicate that this is a pocket. Okay. And again, when you glue it down, make sure you've got 1/8 of an inch top, bottom, and the side. Now, when I create a notch, normally I will get like a 1-inch punch or a 2-inch punch, and then I'll go ahead and cut that down. As you can see, I forgot. Or you can cut it like in the V or something. Maybe that would be an easier idea to do that. Never done it before, but hey, there's always a first time for everything. Okay, so I'm going to get a book. I'm going to put this under a book, and then we are going to work on our notebooks, okay? Okay, so while our cover is drying, we are going to work on our notebooks. And what I'm going to use is this one here. This one, the name of it is called Travel Map, okay, for the Echo Park if you're interested in that. And then you'll also need your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Now, I'm going to be using Craft for this one. The other notebook, I'll be using the Curry. So for this one, I went ahead and I printed the line paper. Not all of them, some of them, and I have it sporadically throughout. And I will have that link down below for you. So I'll have it in landscape and portrait. Take our 8.5 by 11 inch paper, and at the 11-inch side, we are going to cut it at 8 inches. Okay, so 11-inch, we are going to cut it at 8. And go ahead and save your scrap. Okay, and you're going to do it for all of them. Now, normally, I would have done the whole thing because this is a really great trimmer. But I'm not going to do that for this one because the paper is just a little thick. And when you have too many papers, you know, it has a tendency to move. So that's why I chose not to do that. But I'll just take a few at a time, maybe 3. I have no idea how much is in this pack here. But yeah, go ahead and do it to all. And then also do it to the other sheets as well. Now I'm using 10 sheets per notebook, which will then give you 40 pages. And I think that's pretty much, you know, that's pretty good for what you want to do, especially if this is your first time trying it out. That will give you, like, it's a great option. So yeah, okay. So now, oops. Go ahead and make sure it's all the same size too, especially if you printed out those. There we go. Sorry. Move this aside here. So now we're going to use this and make sure that the lines are the same way. So take each sheet of paper and you will fold it from the from the 8.5 inch. You will fold it in half. Okay, so it's going to end up being 4 1/4 by 8. And you can, again, also do this at the same, like 2 at a time. I tried doing the whole thing, didn't work. There's no way this was going to work. The paper just kept moving, and yeah, it was going to be a big mess. So we don't want a big mess. Okay, let's put that there. And see, yeah, it's just moving too much. Let me take 2 sheets here. I mean, we're going to be trimming the edge or the ends also, but that's at a later. But it's just better to, you know, make sure that it's all nice and even. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now let's set this aside here. And now, sorry, we're going to get our trimmer back again, and we're going to work on the cover. So this is the one I decided to choose. Okay. And so for this, at the, and of course I'm saying it, turn it to the side if your paper is directional. Okay, so at the 12 by 12 side, you are going to cut it at 8 inches. Okay, and then set this aside, and then at the 12 by 12 top, you are going to cut it at 8 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and save this, and then from here you are going to fold it in half, and this will be the cover of your notebook. I'm sorry, let me move this aside here. Okay, fold this guy in half. Okay, and then you want to get your bone folder and make sure to crease the edges there. Okay, so now the next thing that you need to do is just to make sure that you take your paper that you folded and insert it here. Okay, so now you're going to need your clips, and to take your clips here, clip it on each side. I still like to keep it. If you want to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, I've done that before in some of my other videos, and also there's a lot of directions to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. This one I'm just going to go ahead and staple. Now I have this squishy little thing to catch it. This was some kind of packaging for something that we bought a long time ago, and yeah, so I'm using that. You're going to staple it on the top and the bottom and the middle. I don't measure it. I just prefer to eyeball it. But make sure that you have this section here, this here, right on top of the spine crease, okay? And I like to start it in the middle and open up your stapler like that. It kind of acts like a long arm. Because my paper is really thick, I'm gonna have to bang this. The table may shake. Aha, because this one, instead of measuring what I like to do is use the width of the stapler to the edge of the notebook, and then I will go ahead and punch it down. Okay, so let me see if I could actually do this. Ha! Yeah, perfect, awesome. Then the next thing that you want to do is, once you get that down, I know I got a staple there, but I wanted to show you this real quick, is take a pencil or a pen and then just roll it inward to itself, okay? Don't use your finger. You can use your bone folder, that'll work as well, but if you use your finger, you'll get cut, and I've done that plenty of times and it did not work. So I'm gonna do these two off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so that worked well for me and I'm really happy. This is how it turned out. This is just a little off, but not enough for me to redo it. I just don't think it's necessary, but it came out really nice. And if you want to, you can actually get ink here to cover it, but I mean, sometimes the spine, you can't really tell. Okay, so yeah, this is looking nice. Now you're just gonna have to play around with it and kind of bend it and work it in and all. I mean, eventually it will do once you use it a lot. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to measure from the bottom over 4 inches, and then I'm going to cut the extra out. Let me see. Hang on one second. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to 4 inches complete. Okay, so I've got my I forgot what you call this. So you need a metal ruler, and you'll need a knife, and you'll need a lot of patience because you have to do this carefully. You can cut your fingers in it because mine is just so thick. I've got to be super careful. This is called a self-healing mat. There you go. I finally got it. There I am. Okay, so I'm gonna measure this or line this up to the top and the bottom and the side, and then I'm gonna take my ruler and make sure I got that all straightened out, and it's at 4. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna open this up. Now I'm gonna do this carefully. I'm not in a hurry, and please do not be in a hurry for this. So we're gonna just score or lightly cut it. Okay, lightly press it down, and it'll all eventually come out. There we go. A new blade helps as well too, but your fingers are just too close to the knife. So yeah, just be careful. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, that was better than I thought. Okay, so save these two little things because I'm going to show you what you can do with these little things. This one here, I actually don't know what to do. If you have any ideas, again, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear it, and maybe, just maybe, I'll go ahead and implement them. Okay, so now we've got this. So look how pretty it is. Look, this is something that you had made. And trust me, even if it was just for copy paper, it's going to look super, super well. An option is if you want to round the corners, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to do it with this one, but it does look good. Okay, now let's go ahead and set these two. Actually, I had created this one here before. Actually, this turned out better than this one here, but this is how I did that turned out. Some of it got a little eaten, but that's okay. We could work with that. Okay, but and this paper here is called Curry, and if you notice that it's the same paper, it's just that one side is, I've used the outside for that, and then the other side for this. So yeah, made it match right there. That was an easy peasy coordinating. Okay, so next we're going to go back and we're going to work on our cover. Okay, everyone, I am back, and here is the outside cover right there. It is pretty sturdy, and I also added some stickers just to dress it up a little bit for that. So, and then the next thing I did is I got myself a template of 1x8, and I've already marked the holes. Okay, then what you'll need is the elastic cord, and you'll need 5 eyelets, and these ones here are the 3/16 eyelet. Okay, And a button is highly recommended, and I'll show you why in a minute. And what I did was created one little thing that will go around here as a little decoration. I mean, we'll decorate the front, but this, you'll see what I mean by this once we get there. And then also, of course, your Crop-A-Dile. Okay, so go ahead and turn this over and put your template in the middle of the spine, because we are going to put 5 of the eyelets there. So 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom, and 1 in the middle. Okay, it's kind of a little bit off, but I will fix it. Okay, next thing that you want to do is that we're gonna put a hole in it. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it all the way towards the end of the 3/16. Okay, and then the top will be at A and the bottom is going to be at 1. Okay, so first things first is we're going to do the hole. Now, I'm gonna try, I can't do it this way, but once I push this down, there's the hole right there. And so I just make sure it lines up with the one that I've got right now. So I'll do that. And I think you're just gonna have to trust me on this. Okay, here we go. Here, and sorry if I shake the table. You don't need to have the, well, yeah, I guess you do need to have the big bite if you're going to do this, because the small one, the Crop-A-Dile is what I'm talking about. The small one won't go in the middle because it'll be too short, unless you want to use an awl to make the hole. Okay, 3. I'm sorry about the table shaking too. All right, there we go. And then throw that in on the floor for now. Now I'm going to take the eyelets and I'm going to I put 1 at a time, because every time I put 2, 1 always falls, okay? But before you do that, move it all the way to the front so that the bottom side, when you clamp it down, it will clamp here, okay? And then always this needs to go, of course, in between. So let me do that real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot to take this off. A little trick that I didn't do it this time, but when you're going to tape anything down on your paper, if you take your fingers or even put the tape like on your clothing, it will almost act like a Post-it note, like a little bit of a stick. So it'll stay a little bit, but without damaging your paper. Okay, that was the trick of the day. Clamp down. Yes, we get another one, and it comes out like that. A lot of times when it doesn't close or it gets screwed up, when you press it down and the eyelets just get screwed up, it's because the prongs over here, there's not enough cutting on them. And so with these ones, they've got a lot of like cutting of the circle, so it goes down much neatly. Oop, this was a. And again, if you like to see products like this, or if you like the products that you see here, what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up. Of course, it does help my channel. And thank you for the ones that subscribed. I truly appreciate it. Welcome to the family, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And if you make this project, go ahead and put it under the hashtag hashtag _napping_mouse, because I would love to see how it turned out. If you were inspired by my projects, or if you like. Okay, so that did not turn out so well, and I really don't know what happened there. See what happened? Okay, so let me take that out. Carefully, of course, because I don't want to rip the paper off. Ah, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's try that again. This is typical of Traveler's Notebook to have this kind of binding, but if you prefer to not do this part here and just have a regular, you can do it like one of the junk journals where, okay, perfect, where I go ahead and I will put underneath the lining here, I will put ribbons, and then I'll have a tie here. So there's an option right there. You don't have to do that. Okay, so first we'll do this part. Okay, so we are going to go to the top inside, okay, and then I'm gonna go all the way up. You need to have a little tail like this because we're going to tie it in the end, okay, and then we are going to put it here on the top outside, and it's going to look like that, okay, then go all the way down and go to the bottom right hole, okay, and then the bottom left hole, and then this is where you're going to tie it up. But before you do, you need to make sure that everything is pretty snug. Now, I don't really like to waste a lot of the ribbon or even this one, the elastic cording, because it can get pricey, and I just really don't like waste. So just make sure that it's nice and taut. And so before I tie it, let me see if I can clip it first. Okay, and then I'll both of these, and then I will put it, one of them is going to go through here, okay, the other one will go through here, and I want to make sure that they are taut, not loose, because you want them to be nice and firm and strong in there, but not too tight as well. Okay, so did I get it? Yeah. Okay, so well, you're fine now. Yeah, it's perfect. There we go. Okay, awesome. So that's how it's supposed to be, like a little bit loose like that, because enough for you to remove your notebook if you want to, but it's taut enough that it'll stay put like this. And there's also enough spacing here that if you do decide to add any kind of embellishments over here or tabs over here, it's still not going to stick out. Okay, so now it's time to do this. And so I will actually leave this here, and I'm not going to need too much, just enough. And it's better for you to have your notebooks in, but it's just enough to keep it closed, okay? And closed like this, because you're going to have, you'll have some more stuff there, but enough for you to be able to go through the book and to tie it. So now it's time to put this in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this from the top, and then this here, put it underneath, and then put it over. Okay, and that's going to be your closure. So now that we've got this, let's go ahead again and put the 2 elastic cording through the middle hole, okay, and having the 3/16 inch eyelet is really helpful. Okay, so now the next thing that you want to do is get your button, and what you're going to do is put it through one hole here, and then I like to go on the diagonal side because I've got the 4 holes here. Go ahead and put it through the other. So now I'm going to tie it. Okay, I'm going to tie a little loosely because I want to test it out. And that's what I want. Okay, so it can go either to the side like this, or it can go to the center like this to decorate it. However you choose to do it, but that's the reason why I put it. And the reason why I've asked you to do this is because when the knot here, from the opening and closing, the knot here will get thinner and thinner and smaller and smaller. Well, it can go straight through the hole. But with the button in place, it isn't going to, because it is stopping that. It's bigger than the hole, so this will not like ever go through. Okay, so that's one trick. Even if you have like the real, what do you call it? The traveler's journal. That's just a great way of using it. Like I've got this guy here, and I believe I did put a button in it because it kept getting loose. And then it kept going through. So did I put it? Did I put it? Okay, no, I did not. Oh, wait. Nope, I did not. But eventually, like I'm going to have to do something, because this leather is just going to open and this will eventually go through. So, yes. Other traveler's journal, I have done that, but there you go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and decorate the front. Okay, everyone, so I went ahead and decorated the front of the cover off camera. Wasn't actually sure what I was going to use, and so I was gathering some things up. And so here we go. I was really happy and pleased. I've had this for a while, this compass here, and it went perfect with this traveler's notebook. So I added that here with some teared up sheets of corrugated paper, the rest of the paper that I have, and even packaging that I've used from, I think this was from onions, a bag of onions or a bag of potatoes. I'm not sure, but I do like to save these because I like to add the different textures to it. And then also I was able to make a tassel that I hooked onto the outside using the leftover scraps, and also some broken jewelry that I have. Okay, so I'll go ahead and open this up. So this is how the inside came, and this is the cover, and I was able to make the tag over here, and then I put something small over here. I left this blank. I was going to put some kind of writing in it, but I kind of left it blank because it is a traveler's journal, so as the recipient goes to their travels, they can add the extra things. And then also I did add like a book plate here, but I, of course, left it empty in case they wanted to do something. And so here is the paper bag that I've went ahead and I've, and as you can see that I did print this out beforehand. And then I have some extra stuff here that I went ahead and put inside this, created a side tuck here. And this one here, this was a bunch of the scraps, and so I kind of added those all together, add a little bit of bling here, and then just decorated the edge of this paper. Added another one. This was one of the cards, but I did it as a side tuck pocket, and then I just, whatever scraps I had left, I just left it in there for the recipient to, you know, if they wanted to decorate or add a photo or do whatever they want. Added a tag with the 3/16 eyelet, and made a little tag out of the rest of the paper that we cut off. This was the one that we cut off from the edge of the book, so I was able to make a tag out of this, and little a tassel and tags. That's what I meant to do. And then this here is a bookmark. So I took some of the extra pieces that we had and just did this and added to the paper clip, a small paper clip, and we're going to clip this in. This could be used as you know, a bookmark, or it could be used as a tab holder like this. Anything that they want. Let me see if I did. Okay, so then with this one, I did add another book plate, but I added two of these brads here that I thought was pretty cool. And then also this was one of the cards that they had from the kit. So I just made that into a pocket and put those in there. And let's make this all nice and pretty. I did another type of bookmark here as well, And this is from the hidden paper clip, but I kind of exposed the paper clip at the very top and then added a charm that was part of the broken jewelry collection that I've got. Here's another little side tuck here from the scraps that I had. And then here's some more of that stuff. So yeah, and then this is a corner bookmark here that I created using that. And then also using scraps too. And, you know, of course, my buttons. I have another tab, and then also another tassel with some little tags there. And got more and more. What I try to do when I create side tucks is I try to do a pocket in a pocket in a pocket, just to create this nice layered look. Okay, and then especially if you have like small things, if I just use this pocket, of course this would have gotten lost, and this one too, but in this case I added another side tuck on top of that pocket and it worked out. More scraps here for you, more side tuck using the cards that they have. Created another bookmark there. And here is, what did I do? Oh, I tried to create a map with this. I just thought it would be fun. And then, you know, X marks the spot, or that's where the treasure is at. So yeah, here I did this. And I could have done it one way or the other, but we did that. So yes, there we go. That is it. So I hope you like this project. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And also consider subscribing to my channel. Got some more videos that are coming out as well. Oh, sorry. The bonus part. Sorry about that. With the extra papers that I have, I did create this. So let me put this on the side. I created these. I've had more of this that we cut. These were the scraps that I asked you to set aside. So I made like a little notebook over here. And I like to create these little things because when I travel, I kind of like to give gifts out. So if I see someone else that has a traveler's notebook, I'll go ahead and give these out. Or create like a little package where I put tea and my card and this, and they can go ahead and see my YouTube channel and check out what I did and how I made it. Okay, so I did this one here as well. And then just added some more stuff. Just made some more of these. Made a little book here. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably just put it in this whole thing with the package and then go from there. Okay. And then pretty much this is the rest of what's left. And of course, I still can do something with it. Not sure what now. My brain is already thinking on the next project, but if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them. Please post them in the comment. And then also the washi tape that I was telling you about that was on the manufacturer's that has the barcode and everything. I went ahead and I glued that plus any other scraps that I have, and I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this. I think I can go ahead and use like maybe create more of the paperclip book holder bookmark. There you go, bookmark. Or put, you know, cut this up and put it on the side and create like a side tuck or something. Still not sure what I'm going to do, but yeah, that's one idea right there. And I just used one of my scrap papers for that to do that. Okay. All right, folks, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching and joining me here. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.